Hi, my name is Ryan Kamari. I'm a Technology Integration Specialist with JFY Networks. What you're about to see is a video on how to navigate through an adaptive curriculum activity object, which is a concept development type activity object. Within the Moodle courses, you're going to see the adaptive curriculum activity objects notified by these gold boxes. Once you click on one of those, I'm going to click Exploring Cells with a Microscope. You click Enter. You're going to want to make sure you have pop-ups disabled in order for these to launch. So you're going to click on it. It's going to load. As long as you have pop-ups disabled, this should pop right up.
A microscope has a piece of human tissue placed under it. By adjusting the lens and diaphragm and focusing the knobs, try to show the cell and the nucleus of the cell clearly.
So you can see there's sound to these activities, and it directs you where to go by this flashing button here, start the activity, and click this arrow. If you notice a few things down on the bottom right, there's a 1 right here with this circle. This means there's one section to this actual activity. When the section is completed all the way through, this will become checked, and you'll see a check mark there, and it'll turn green, saying that the student has successfully completed this particular activity.
You can see which part of the human body this tissue belongs to, and a photograph of the same tissue. To focus this image, use the coarse focus knobs and
See, we're going to manipulate these different parts of the slide. Alright, so you're going to be doing different things in the activity. Now, some of the other things to pay attention to is we have a glossary here that the students can use, preferences to turn on subtitles, and to get feedback and directional information. The directional information you want to leave on because that's going to tell you where to go in case you're stuck and not sure what to click next. Then down here at the bottom, what we see is the embedded quiz. So once the activity is finished and you get this green check mark, it's going to say you're ready for the quiz. The student will go ahead and click this, answer the questions, and at the end, what's going to happen is you're going to get a score. I'll go ahead and do these quickly. Now after we submit, it's going to show you the score, what you got correct, what you didn't. It's also going to show the solutions for those questions. So you can go ahead and click, see what your score was, and see the correct score in the explanation. Now once a student completes this quiz, it can only be attempted once. So anytime the student goes back into this activity and clicks on that quiz, that's going to be already filled in, submitted. They'll see their solution, the right answers, the wrong answers. So only one time to do the quiz within these activities. The other things to see is this first one is an activity sheet. This activity sheet goes along with the actual adaptive curriculum activity object. So while the student is navigating through this piece of this activity, they will have this sheet out and it's telling you what to do. It's kind of having you answer questions as you go through the activity. They always end with a great extension or critical thinking kind of question right here to basically add on to what they have just learned. As a teacher, if you're signed in as a teacher or administrator, you have the teacher copy of that same activity sheet. Next, we have, in this case, it's a lab sheet, but sometimes it's called an activity sheet, and what it would be is an extra homework worksheet, extra practice. It's just an additional worksheet for the student to use after they completed the activity for homework, whatever you wanted to use it for, that's there and available. It's not like the activity sheet, which actually goes along with the activity, and then they should be doing it while they're doing it. Same thing, the teacher gets a teacher copy of that same sheet if you're signed in as an administrator or teacher. And then the life raft here, this is the teacher guide. So this is just like any teacher text you have for this single piece of adaptive curriculum activity. So it shows the outcomes, the developing abilities, a short description, how to navigate through each section. You know, this one happens to have one section, but some of these activities have 3, 4, 5, 6 or more sections. It tells you what to expect within each one and how to navigate through them. A little background information on the topic, how to engage the learner, special tips. And it's saying, you know, click by click how to go through this and how to use this activity. A lesson plan if it's a multiple computer class, like a lab situation, how to do this. There's also, in some cases, single computer class strategies. If you just have a smartboard and one computer to do a projection, how to overcome misconceptions, how to use the activity sheets, and finally interpreting the assessments and closing the activity. So every single one of the adaptive curriculum activities has this available. So as far as a student, you want to make sure you complete this all the way through. You don't want to skip any parts, and you'll be considered complete when this circle down here turns a green and gets a check. Once you're done, you would close this, and you're back to your course.